Louisiana's youngest and most educated minds are leaving for other parts of the country in a search of a better life. Some call this the brain drain. Researchers point to three possible reasons: economics, affordability, and family. As part of our special gubernatorial coverage, The Way Forward, Election 2023, I look into the brain drain and what can be done to stop it. There's an epidemic spreading across the southern U.S., where educated people under the age of 34 are leaving their hometowns, taking their talents and expertise with them to other parts of the country.
The human brain varies somewhat from person to person.
The phenomenon is called the brain drain, and it's hitting Louisiana particularly hard. But why?
At the moment, I don't see myself staying in Louisiana.
Why is that?
I think primarily it's a culture thing. Whenever I go talk to my peers and people that have the same interest in me, whenever we think of future in Louisiana as far as just initially ourselves, we think of, what would we do for the next 10 years, the next 20 years.
Josh Augustus is a 26-year-old college graduate with a degree in computer science from LSU. He's a Louisiana native, born in Baton Rouge, and he fits the average brain drainer description to a T. He's under 34, has a bachelor's, and he's over it.
Can we see ourselves living here in terms of education if we ever had, families, raise children? Not exactly a high bar for entertainment. We don't exactly see ourselves, for example, going to LSU tailgates for the rest of our lives. For some people, that sounds like a dream. For us, not really the best thing in the world.
Josh is frustrated with a few things here. The city planning in Baton Rouge bothers him. He's concerned about the politics, and he doesn't think there's much upward mobility, no room to grow.
Is there anything that could make you stay?
It would have to be a complete turnaround on the city's infrastructure.
How long are you planning on staying?
I want to plan out by the end of this year, I'll be honest. The initial goal was by 25. Then COVID put a stop to that, so I'm hoping by the end of this year.
Josh is looking in a few places: Texas, Georgia, Michigan, and Colorado, which is in line with the brain drain data for the most part. Texas and Georgia are taking a chunk of Louisiana's educated young people. The trend started in 2021, and it's showing no signs of slowing. In fact, some researchers say it's getting worse. How many people are we losing?
Louisiana is not doing very well these days when it comes to college-educated people. If you go back to 2000, which is the longest period in time that we have data, so the last 21 years, we've lost about 110,000 college-educated people on net. So we've had some move in, but we've lost 110,000 more than we've gained, which is about 5,000 a year.
How does that compare to other states?
So we're doing worse compared to most other states, and we're doing much worse in the last 5 years.
You can really see the decline from 2017 to 2021. Wagner says Louisiana is now 8th for population retention, when we were 34th just 10 years ago in 2012.
So in the last 5 years, a lot of the metrics have really moved in a negative direction for us.
There are a few reasons for this. People move to be closer to family members. Job opportunities are limited in Louisiana. And shockingly, housing affordability is also a reason.
But in Louisiana, our housing market, it's supposed to be more affordable to live here.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a misnomer these days. When you look at the ratio of median home prices to income, Louisiana's competitiveness has really fallen in the last 10 years. So this is looking at out-migration of college-educated individuals in Louisiana for the last 21 years. That's the full amount of time that we have data. And you can see all the states that are in blue are states where we're losing people. The darker the blue, the more losses. And you can see Texas is a huge dark blue magnet, exactly. You can also see we're losing a lot of people to other states in the South. And then you'll notice those locations in green. So those are states where over the last 20 years, Louisiana has been a net recipient of college-educated people. Oh. So for example, if you look at Ohio and Pennsylvania, so we've had on average more people college-educated moving to Louisiana than are, say, moving from Louisiana to Ohio.
But those numbers aren't enough to replace what we've lost. Louisiana is losing thousands of people to Houston and Dallas in particular. Florida, Georgia, Colorado, and Tennessee are also showing net gains. Even Mississippi is cashing in. But what can we do to prevent this?
What does Louisiana have to do to prevent people from leaving?
From an economic perspective, one factor that really has more of a local flavor is housing affordability. So local communities can get involved and look at multifamily housing units. So zoning is a big issue that affects housing costs. And so rezoning areas from single family to multifamily can lower housing costs and make things more affordable. So that's more of a local piece. I think on a statewide piece, you know, one of the things that I've observed over the last 5 or 6 years of living here is that Louisiana's tax system is really not that competitive compared to our neighbors. So it would be something that in my mind, I'd like to see the state take into consideration fundamental tax reform to put us on a position where we can be more competitive.
So before you go to the voting booth, make sure you think about these things. Who you pick might just save Louisiana thousands.